For such a small city, Hong Kong produces a tremendous amount of waste, much higher than many Asian cities such as Taipei and Seoul. Particularly, Hong Kong throws away approximately 5.2 million plastic bottles per day. A study of HKU, NUS, and Macau students showed that not only were HKU students the largest consumers of bottled water among the three groups, but that 1 in 4 HKU students reported consuming bottled water more than tap water. So, why does this matter? This infographic will explore Hong Kong's bottled water consumption culture relative to its environmental impact and seek to understand the question, can we make Hong Kong greener?
Hong Kong's population heavily consumes bottled water, with almost 58 litres being consumed per person each year. A study conducted by the Civic Exchange found that 53% of the 1,004 survey respondents are consumers of bottled water. Hong Kong's consumer culture can be explained by 3 key points: convenience, unreliable pipes, and misguided information. Firstly, according to the study by the Civic Exchange, convenience is the largest reason for bottled water purchases. Most consumers of bottled water buy bottles less than 1 litre, indicating that they are for immediate consumption. A study of bottled water consumption culture amongst university students also indicated that bottled water is a consumer favorite due to its practicality and versatility in a wide variety of scenarios, from shopping to hiking. The lack of conveniently located water dispensers can be identified as a key reason for this increased dependence on bottled water. Secondly, Hong Kong water has been identified as one of the healthiest and safest, and not to forget cheapest water compared to other major cities. However, some tap water is contaminated as it travels to our homes. While regular maintenance ensures that most pipes in Hong Kong meet regulatory requirements, there are still numerous estates and districts within Hong Kong with outdated pipes. Fear of lead in drinking water emerged in 2015, which resulted in 6.55 million bottles of water distributed to 11 public housing estates as revealed by the Transport and Housing Department. To prevent the risk of such diseases, many households and individuals will opt towards consuming bottled water instead of the readily available tap water. Lastly, misguided information has driven the belief that bottled water is significantly healthier than tap water. But this is not accurate. A study conducted on bottled water in Germany found that it has a much higher abundance of uranium and toxic particles than tap water. It is statistically proven that the longer bottled water is kept, the greater the leakage of antimony into the water from the plastic bottle. This effect is amplified when bottles are subjected to sunlight. Antimony is a hazardous chemical element which, when consumed in larger doses, results in vomiting, diarrhea, and even chronic health effects.
So hopefully now you have a bit of an understanding as to why Hong Kong consumes so much bottled water. But who cares? Well, actually, the environmental effects of our consumption habits are devastating. First of all, there's the marine environment. The bottles that we throw away every day are finding their way into our oceans. Sunlight and time results in the breakdown of these plastic particles, which are then ingested by marine organisms. Not only are these microplastics harming ocean wildlife, they're also finding their way into our drinking water. Plastic is polluting our oceans, which play a huge role in oxygen production, food sourcing, climate control, and other benefits to human survival. As a result, there are increasing levels of microbeads, plasticizers, and BPA in our natural environment. Next are the landfills. Hong Kong's remaining 3 landfills are filling up fast and are expected to be full before 2020. This means that new landfills will need to be constructed, which will take up more of Hong Kong's already limited space, as well as contribute to habitat loss and wildlife destruction. Leakage from landfills also has the potential to seep into the surrounding environment, releasing plenty of harmful toxins. Next, carbon footprint. Transportation requires the burning of fossil fuels as energy, which contributes significant amounts to the global population's carbon footprint. Additionally, 5.6 to 10.2 megajoules of energy is required for the production and distribution of 1 bottle of water, compared to the 0.005 megajoules per liter required for tap water treatment and distribution. Last is the water footprint. It takes 22 gallons of water to make a mere 1 pound of plastic, and it takes twice as much water to produce a plastic bottle as the amount of drinking water the bottle holds. Using and throwing a plastic bottle away may not seem like such a big deal. After all, it's only 1 bottle. But, as we've just demonstrated, that's not the case. That 1 bottle you throw away finds its way into the ocean or landfills, thus polluting the ecosystem. The carbon and water footprint from manufacturing and then shipping that 1 bottle not only wastes a significant amount of water, which could be put to better use, but also releases greenhouse gases into the environment. greenhouse gases contribute to the already alarming issue that is global warming and climate change. This has devastating impacts on the world, including rising sea levels, increases in the spread of diseases, and other major issues. If you think that sounds bad, try multiply that one bottle by 5.2 million, which is approximately the number of bottles used and disposed of by Hong Kong people every day.
Consumption of plastic bottles has catastrophic implications on Hong Kong's environment. To mitigate the risk of a near-permanent contamination of the natural environment, as experts from UCSB have cited, sweeping policies must be instituted by the Hong Kong SAR government to alter the consumer culture of bottled water. An existing policy is a nationwide ban of water bottles, which has been already implemented in several universities in Hong Kong. For example, the University of Hong Kong currently has 70 water dispensing machines, which allows easy access for individuals. Since the key driver behind the consumption of bottled water is convenience, therefore policymakers would need to increase the volume of conveniently located public water dispensaries in order to accommodate Hong Kong people. A go-to solution instituted by several cities across the globe is to directly stifle the consumption of bottled water through bans and taxes. Yet, these efforts are unlikely to have a significant impact. According to the Environmental Protection Department in 2009, a levy scheme on plastic bags was implemented, stating that convenience stores should charge a minimum of 50 cents per plastic bags. However, this was ineffective because of the low cost in which people simply disregarded the price, and therefore it is difficult for the government to set a suitable amount of tax on bottled water. Another effective measure is to convince the public of the safety of drinking tap water. The majority of Hong Kong households either boil or filter tap water before consuming it, with a large number doing both. The misconception about the safety of the water is influencing people's decision to drink straight from the tap. Policymakers would need to convince the public through advertisements and campaigns that the water is safe to drink in order to reduce the consumption of plastic bottles. An innovative policy the Hong Kong SAR could implement is carrying out waste-to-energy processes to produce synthetic gas, known as syngas. This solution is relevant when dealing with low-value non-recycled plastics. Plastics may generate syngas through gasification, pyrolysis, or incinerations. Although recycling is more environmentally friendly, WTE is able to deal with low-value recyclables that are thrown into landfills. A WTE-based policy would help Hong Kong transition to a green city because it tackles the issues of waste management as well as energy conservation.
Evidently, Hong Kong's high consumption of bottled water has produced various destructive results to the environment. But can we stop this and make Hong Kong greener? The answer is yes. Through proactive and innovative solutions, such as banning bottled water and converting plastic to energy, we can reverse this environmental damage. Thank you for watching.